Hello friends, welcome to Joy of Life. So today we are going to talk about internships, right? So we are going to talk about the internships in big tech companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Apple, Adobe, all these big companies. Most of the companies these days offer internship, and we are going to talk about the benefits of doing the internship, getting the internship, applying online. There are several websites. We are going to take a look at few of them, and lastly we are going to talk about what to do during the internship. So this is one of the most important part, right? This is where you convert your internship into a job. So we are going to talk about it quite in details, and we are going to cover all these 4 points as detailed as possible. So before we begin, what is an internship? An internship is meant to give you the professional as well as the practical learning experience, right? So there is a gap where your college ends and the professional journey begins. So there is a gap which is bridged by this internship. So you get a practical learning experience from the industry, how the project is executed, how teams work. So when I say Facebook, it's not just a single team that I'm talking about, right? There are thousands of team behind it, and every team has few members. It can depend, it can go up to 10 to 20 or even 5. It varies from team to team, but there are thousands of team, and each of the team, let's say, have 5 to 10 engineers. So there is like 1,000 into 20,000 engineers working. So each of the team is assigned with some responsibility. Some team is responsible for your search, some is responsible for notification. So each of the feature that you see on the side is owned by a separate team, right? So this internship is meant to give you that practical learning experience. So you will know how a team actually works, right? So how a project is being executed, what are sprints, you will get to understand how things are tested. So you will get a practical experience of how the real world solution looks like, right? An internship can last for a few weeks to even few months. It depends, and definitely there is a pay associated with it. So you get not a salary; it's called a stipend. So it might vary. For good companies, it is close to 30K a month. So in short, you can say that it's a short-term work experience in a company that gives you a idea of working in the industry, right? So don't take it lightly. So it is one of the most important step, right? So if you get an internship, if you get it in a good company, you have a high chance of converting that internship into a full-time job. So with that, let's begin over here. So we are going to start with what are the benefits, and we are going to list them down so that you have a clear idea. So definitely the first big advantage is you get some decent money, right? So you're paid say 30K per month, which is not bad during your college life. Plus, if you are relocating from a different city, you get the accommodation for a week. Plus, you get some merchandise, some swag boxes, some accessories. Apart from that, you have the perks working in the office, that you get a food coupon. Plus, you have the team outings to some resort, or depends from team to team. So definitely it counts. So some decent money plus benefits. So you get to learn while having some fun as well. Secondly, it gives you the early experience. Definitely, that's a big plus. So, as I just mentioned some time back, there is a gap between where your college ends and your professional career begins. So, that gap is being bridged by the internship. So, that's a very handy experience for you. So, you get some hands on experience of the real world application, the real project that's being executed along with the senior members of the teams. So, you have immense opportunity of learning over here. So do use it to your advantage and take out all the benefits from the same. It will also help you to understand what is the best suited career path for you. So let's say that you have been always interested in going for a AI ML kind of role, right? And maybe in the internship you got a role in a distributed system team or a cloud engineering team. It might happen that you started liking it a lot. So you discovered that it is suitable for you and you're doing excellent in terms of distributed systems. So you can find what is the career path that is suitable for you. Or it might happen that you are given a role in an AI ML team, and so is your aspirations. But soon after you started your internship, you start to realize that you are not liking it. So this will help as an indicator telling you that what is best suited for you. So you will be able to uncover it even before you step into your professional life. So that's a very good thing to know even before I start, right? That gives me quite an advanced indication where I want to be and what I am looking for, right? The next point is a boost for your resume and profile. Like, needless to mention over here that if you have done an internship, so you can understand there are thousands of engineers passing out every year. And now you are passing along with your batchmates with thousands of engineers, but you have 3 or 6 months of internship experience. So you are ahead of them. So let's say that you have done your internship from a company like Google or Microsoft. So you are already familiar with how the industry works, right? You are no more a fresher. You are a level above it, right? And you are going to enjoy that benefit, right? And in most of the cases, it does happen that you convert your internship into a job if you perform really well. So we are going to talk about it on the last point, but definitely it's a huge boost for your resume and your profile. And definitely the last point is that you are one step ahead. Now you know how the industry works, right? You already have the confidence. So you have already experienced the workplace, you have already experienced the industry even before you start your career. So definitely you are not at par with all the freshers out there who haven't done an internship yet. So this is definitely going to be a good boost in your resume, and it's definitely going to help you a lot when you start your professional career. Now coming to the getting the internship part, right? So we are done with the first part over here. We have talked about the benefits, so we are pretty clear on that. So I'm going to take it off our list. So coming to the second point, getting the internship. What is your intent of getting this internship? What are you actually looking for? So you should be clear about it. And do keep in mind that this is one of the most frequently asked interview question in an internship. So you should have a clear answer that what is that you're looking for from this internship. Why should they take you, right? So I am not going to tell you the answer for this. Do find out what you are actually looking out for from this internship. This answer is going to vary from person to person, and this is one of the most critical and commonly asked question for an internship interview. So in this part, we are going to talk about many questions. These answers should not come from me. These answers should be coming from you. I can just show you what the questions are, right? So the second question is what appeals you more, right? Now you are a fresher, you have been in college, you have gone through your semester, you have done a lot of things. So there are various fields in computer science, right? There is AI, ML, cloud computing, data engineer, embedded system engineer, desktop, mobile. In mobile also you have Android, iOS. There are many things, right? So you need to figure out what appeals you more, right? What is the area of your interest? This is another question that you might be asked. So when companies do come for internship, you need to look out not only just on the company names, but also that it matches with your skill set or your aspiration or not, right? That's going to hold the key to the internship as well, right? I should not be doing what I don't like, or I should not be compromising on what I wanted to do, right? Let's say I am interested in cloud computing. Samsung gave me the internship and it was for embedded systems, right? It was not in sync, though it could be an interesting work. I haven't worked on embedded systems. I am not this is just an example. I am not comparing them. But yeah, if you have something in vision, if you have some ambitions, do align towards it. You will definitely excel more if you are working in the area of your interest. So keep an eye on that. This is going to be one of the most important tips that I'm going to share over here, that start your preparation early. Don't just start on the last moment. You are not going to find out anything. So start early if required from the first semester itself. So start aligning yourself, start your preparation for the internship, right? So you need a lot of preparation. Start building right from the start of your course. Don't end up missing the chance by searching it late, right? Nothing's going to happen if you're going to search it at the very last moment. You might have your classes, semesters, everything is there, but don't lose focus on the internship. Keep a track and keep yourself aligned with the thought that the classes, that semesters and everything that you are doing is to get a job into a multinational company or a big tech company, right? An internship is something that is going to get you there. So if you are getting an internship at the right moment and you are doing well, you are 90% done. You are going to get the offer from the company. So don't neglect it. Start early and keep yourself aligned with the internship. So take your time, prepare for it well, and you are going to surely get it, right? If you are targeting for it quite early. So when you are starting early, when you are getting ready, get ready for the interview as well. So you're not going to start the lead code programming a month back or 2 weeks back. So start early in this case also when you're doing the preparation. Prepare everything right from your OS to data structure, algorithms, whatever programmings you have, the DBMS, the OS, everything, the networking concept, whatever is there. Start preparing, start aligning to your internship. Think about what kind of jobs you are looking for. Start your coding, practice them on a regular basis. Keep yourself warm. Don't just start too late and lose out, right? So build a good knowledge on data structure, algorithm, design pattern, good coding practices. If you're looking for a distributed system or a cloud engineers, so start learning about all this Kubernetes, Cassandra, Redis, everything you have, right? And all the materials these days are quite readily available. So go ahead, find them out, and start preparing yourself. Next important point is you need to make connection. You need to build connections over here, right? So you are now in your college, and it might happen that you get the internship from your college placement cell, but it might not happen as well, right? And that's when your connection comes handy. It might happen that your college offers you an internship, but you get a better internship option from some of your contacts. So start building good connections. So start expanding your connections in the professional and the social media. So we are going to talk about it a little more. We are going to understand how you are going to build this connection part. So let's say this is you. You have friends in your college who are your connections, right? They became your connection. This is your connection from the college. And you might have some friends who are outside the college in some other college as well. And they have friends as well, right? Say this guy also knows this guy. He has a connection over here. You also know somebody from this other college, right? So now you see over here that maybe this guy over here is placed in, say, Amazon. He's getting an internship from Amazon. He's also getting an internship from Amazon, right? He got an internship from, let's say, Google, right? Just the example I'm giving you over here. And now Google is not taking any more interns. So if you talk to him, if you have a connection with him, you can check with his friends and he can check with his friends, right? That's how a connection goes, right? Or it might even happen that he knows this guy. He's a friend of a friend as well. So he might introduce you to this guy over here who can help you to get this, right? So this is, let's say, college one, and this is some other college two. So building the connection always helps. So not only it is limited to the college, so you have to extend it beyond college as well. So look out in your family as well, that you might have a brother, cousin brother who is not into IT, but he might have friends from IT, right? So let's say this is your family and you are connected to your cousin brothers. And let's say this is Google and he has a friend who works in Google, was his classmate. It's not necessary that he has to be an IT guy to be a friend of a Google guy, right? It might happen. So you can use this connection. He can also tell his friend that my cousin brother is looking for internship. He can help you. Maybe he's a manager over there. Maybe he's a recruiter over there. You never know, right? So this is your college and this one is your family. Not only that, you have to think about the bigger picture. So if you are not connecting to someone that you already know, that is a big mistake in finding a real connection. So if you know somebody and if you are not building a connection with that person, thinking that he's not from IT is never going to help you. It might also happen that your neighbor has a friend who works in a Microsoft, right? And he can also help you. So start building this connection. So whatever connections you get, start building all of them. Don't ever think that somebody is unimportant. So let me share a very interesting story. This reminds me of a very interesting story that has happened back in 2008 or 9. I don't remember the exact time, when there was a lot of firing going on due to the recession. It was early in the career and one of our roommate has been fired due to the downsizing in the company. And so he was pretty upset and we have been having our chats and drink in the evening. We are all from the same place in Kolkata and we speak the same local language as well. And the cook came. He was also a Bengali guy, and he asked that, oh, what happened, why you guys are so depressed. We told him that he has lost his job and is pretty disturbed. So he said, that's not a big problem. Why don't you give your resume a hard copy to me? During the daytime I work for a big tech company. I won't take the name, and he knows somebody that he's been cooking there for a long time. So he said, I can give your resume to that person and he's definitely going to help you. And it eventually turned out, right? He got an interview call. Like, we were all pretty amazed to see that how a connection worked out, right? Right. In a place like Bangalore, we never knew that this guy works for such a big tech company and he knows somebody from there. So he says that he's also a Bengali guy and He's quite friendly with him, and he handed over the resume to him, right? He's into a managerial position, and he got an interview call. See how thing turns out from a most unexpected connection, right? So never think that any connection could be weak, right? This story that I have just told you is actually happened in front of me. It's not just a fake story or hard story, but there is nothing fairy about it, right? So he works for a big tech companies. He interacts with so many people, right? So even I talk to most of the people who works in the cafe, right? And if somebody approaches me with a resume, I can try at least to help him out if there is an opening. So no connection is a bad connection, right? Every connection is a very crucial connection. So always go ahead and connect. It can happen with your neighbor, it can happen with your non-technical family members, it can happen with anybody. So go ahead, build this connection. It's always going to help you. So we have talked about the family, neighbors, your classmates, and another thing that I wanted to add over here, connecting to your alumni networks or the seniors of your college is again a very helpful connection. Do keep in mind all of these people is your senior, and probably you have a high chance of knowing them, and they are well placed at the moment. They have a year or more than a year of experience. Some might be in Microsoft, some in Google, some might be in Adobe. So they can be a very good source in order to find you that right internship. So here we have covered a lot, right? Your neighbors, your family, your friends from other college, your friends from your college, your neighbors, everybody is a very important connection. So whoever you can find in your professional network, get connected with them. I hope you got some idea from this connection part, and I think we have talked a lot. So I'm going to add this point over here. So go ahead and make as many connection as you can. There is no harm, no restriction in making the connection. The next point that I want to talk about is tailor-making your resume. So when you are approaching a company, the company profile will vary. So don't just have a single resume and send it out to all. So tailor-made your resume for different companies, for different openings, for different roles. So a resume for AI ML would look different from a cloud computing or a embedded systems engineer, right? So your aspirations, your goal, your cover letter, everything should be aligned towards the internship that you are approaching for. So don't just use a single resume for everything. Go ahead, create based on the kind of opening that you are going to face in the days to come. Or once you see a opening, change your resume based on what they are looking for, right? Don't give too much of irrelevant information. Give the right information in the right format. Use the professional looking resume. Don't just end up creating a resume with too many text or too long. Make it short, make it crisp, make it very readable. The important point should be highlighted properly. Try to wrap it up within one pages. Try to summarize everything into one pages, and make sure that you are giving enough points on what you have done, what are the things that you did apart from your college things, any projects or any outside thing that you have done. So highlight all of them. They carries a good amount of weightage. It's highly encouraged that you do a project and you learn something apart from what you are being taught in the college. So that also increases the chance for you to get the internship. Another important thing I haven't covered as a part of making the connection, but it is also a part of making the connection, is connect to the people on LinkedIn. So find out the kind of work that you are looking for. Go ahead, add the relevant people who can help you out, like managers, senior engineers, principal engineers, staff engineers, recruiters who can help you out, right? So make use of the professional media over here like LinkedIn. You can even reach out in Facebook. There is no harm in trying it out. But yeah, Facebook is mostly used for the personal kind of messaging, and LinkedIn is something like a professional network. So do reach out to people from different companies. Again, they can help you to find the right internship if there is any relevant opening in their teams or they are aware of. So that could be again a very helpful thing for you. You can find out the relevant people from Google, Adobe, or whatever company it is, and your intention would be to connect to them. So definitely this is again a very helpful kind of connections that is going to help you not only for your internship, but it can help you during your job as well. They can refer you to an open position in the company as well, right? So I'll add to make connections and LinkedIn I'll put. So both is covered over here. Again, to mention that learn new things, create a project that's going to give you a edge. So that is really going to help you to a great extent when looking out for the internships. So learn something and try to create a project. Try to showcase that it can be based on algorithms, it can be based on frameworks. So if you're aware of Java, you can go ahead and try to learn Spring Boot or some other framework of your choice. Try to explore them, try to see what's trending in the industry, the kind of companies that coming to your campus, what they are looking for. So if you see a lot of Python related projects coming up, go learn about Django. If you're seeing Java kind of things coming up, go learn about Spring Boot. If you're interested about databases, go check out on Cassandra, Mongo. There are so many of them, right? Go explore them out, learn something, create a project out of it. It's definitely going to boost it if you're going to learn the things that's being trending in the industry. So with that, we have talked a lot about getting the internship. And now coming to the applying online part, there are a lot of sites and I just wanted to show a few of them to you guys. You guys must be knowing many of them already. Just wanted to show you a few over here and list it down so that we have everything in a single place. So once again, this is all the research that I have done to find out the site. I haven't used them to get internship because my internship was from Sapient and I was employed by Sapient. So coming back to the point, so this is internship.com wherein you can browse and search for internships. So you can just, I'm just going to show you the sites and you are going to go ahead and explore this. And share your thoughts in the comments so that the others get to know about it. I might not be the right person, but this is what I found on my research for you guys. So this is Internship Finder, another site wherein you just go ahead and search for the internship. You get a lot of FAQs over here if you want to know about internships and things like that. Next is the Idealist over here. So Idealist is also recommended by many of the websites and many of the portals that I have seen. So you can go ahead, log in and try to search for the internship. You can search by location, you can just put some filters, and then we have the global experiences. So all this site I'm going to leave the link in the description. So over here also you can find your interns abroad. If you're looking in some other countries, you can go ahead, check over here by fields, by destinations. So you can find the international one as well over here. This is the most talked about or most discussed on the internet forum I found. This is Internshala, wherein you can find by the popular cities. There are like 10,000 plus internship which is available for free. Do go ahead, check it out. Coming back, we have our LinkedIn. Go to the job section, you will find the internship. So you can check out there as well. So it's also recommended as one of the good site for internship. Let's Intern is also rated in a few of the sites that I have seen. So you can go ahead, check on Let's Intern. So you will find some internship here as well. I am not showing you by the order, but I am just showing you by my findings. So Glassdoor is another site. Though Glassdoor is mostly used for finding the reviews for the companies, the culture and everything. But in the job section, they have the internship as well. So you can go ahead, look out for the same. And then you have your Hello Intern. So go ahead, check out all these sites. Do let me know in the comment section because I haven't used these sites personally except for Glassdoor and LinkedIn. Also to mention that you can look for internship on Google, and Google has a job finder for you inbuilt, right? So wherein you can find a lot of interns. You can see that there are a lot of internship jobs or internship openings that showing up over here. Do check out on them as well. You can choose the field, title, location. There are a lot that you can find from here. So once again, here are all the sites that I have just shown you. So go ahead and try them out. So keep track of your internship is the first and the most important point that I wanted to mention over here. Be organized and make sure that you are keeping a full track of the internship that you're applying for. Second, definitely is going to be the regular follow-ups. It's not just that you're going to apply and forget about it. If it is a person whom you are reaching out to, knock him after some time to check on the status. Be proactive. It's not that you're just going to send out a message and leave it over there, right? Do a regular follow-up so that he feels that you really looking for this, right? And as I mentioned, that create new things, learn new things, add it to your resume, show that you are proactive in doing things, you're learning new things, you are trying to be at par with the technology at the moment. That's going to create a very good impression about you. So don't miss out on that part. So if you have the good knowledge, nobody can stop you. If you are proactive, nobody is going to stop you. So go ahead, learn new things, explore and enjoy yourself. So with that, we are done with applying online. And the last part we are going to look at is what to do during the internship. That is going to be the most critical part of this video. This is where you are going to convert your internship into a full-time job, right? And the chances of doing so is very high, because in a normal job interview, which lasts for 1 or 2 hours at max, it's not going to create the right impression all the time. People might judge you wrong, but during an internship, somebody is seeing you for 3 months, and he or she or your manager or the senior management of the company knows what you are, how you do things, how proactive you are. I will say converting an interview into a job is like a 50-50 kind of chance, because it's just for an hour, right? But converting an internship into a job is a 90-10. 90% is on you. And if you do the 90% correct, the 10% won't matter. Your manager, your team is going to roll you out with the offer saying that, okay, come join us. We can't think of working without you. So please come and let's work together. So this is going to be the most important part of the video. First thing is try to understanding the bigger picture. Now you're out from your college, you have seen some projects which might not be as big as what you are going to experience now. So try and understand the architecture, try to understand the ongoing project, not just the module that is assigned to you. Try to understand the architecture as a whole, the end-to-end flows of how things are working, how things are being taken care of, how everything is fitting into place. So try to grab as much knowledge as you can from the bigger picture. Of course, you're going to do what you have been assigned to, but try to understand the bigger picture as a whole. Now that you have stepped into the industry, you have a different kind of feeling at the moment, but be positive and be focused on your work. Don't get too much diverted into other things. So try to use this few weeks or few months that you have got to dedicatedly work and try to create a good impression for the company and for yourself as well. There are a lot of benefits and facilities that you might be getting once you walk inside a company. There are gyms, pool table, football ground, volleyball court. Don't get distracted. Try to be focused. Try to be positive towards your work. Try to be as engaged as possible. You will have time for all of them. The first few weeks that you are going to work should create a very nice and positive vibe inside the team. Don't just limit yourself to the work that has been assigned. Try to do more than that. Just as I mentioned in the first point, try to understand the bigger picture. It's definitely going to pave the way for you inside the company as a full-time employee. The next thing is that we have already talked about the connection, right? So we have made some connections over here. Now you have your team members whom you are talking. So you entered the company, you entered a team. There are a bunch of some senior members, managers, architects, program manager, project managers, engineering managers. There are so many kind of guys in the team. So whoever you are interacting with, add them to your connection. So don't just leave it there. Try to build those connections. Every person you are meeting and interacting during your tenure, go ahead, send them a LinkedIn request as soon as you can before they start forgetting about you or you start forgetting about them. Start building those connections. It's always going to help you. And definitely, it's not limited to your team only, but all the teams that you'll be interacting with. So in a project, we interact with so many other teams as well, right? It's not a project that's sitting in isolation. So we talk to a lot of people. So go ahead and connect to each and everybody whom you have seen during the meeting or whom you have worked with, interacted. Just go ahead and send them the LinkedIn request. The next point is don't be fearful. Just go ahead, enjoy, interact with your team members. Don't be fearful thinking that they are seniors, he's a manager in a good company. Nothing like that. Everybody is treated equally. Just go ahead, explore, learn things, enjoy with your colleagues. There is nothing to be fearful being an intern. You are just another member of the team and you will be treated like that, and you should treat others in the same way. So don't be fearful. Just go ahead and enjoy yourself. Another tip that I wanted to add over here, that be a good listener. This tip is applicable for all the phases. So just listen before you answer. Try to gather as much knowledge as possible. And if you don't know the answer, don't hesitate to say that, okay, I have to check on the same. I'm not sure about the same. There is no harm in saying that you don't know. You are an intern. You are right from the college. It's expected that you will not be knowing everything. So be a good listener. Try to hear out and then try to find out what they are actually looking for. So that is one good tip. So don't hesitate to say that you don't know. So it's okay to say that you don't know. It's quite natural. Nobody knows everything. So there is no harm or no shame in saying that you don't know. So just listen carefully and try to go and find about the same. Next is don't be reactive, be proactive, right? So what I mean to say over here is you'll be joining the team meetings, right? We generally have every day or every 2 days we have a team meeting. Try to listen what other members are talking about. Listen carefully what they are discussing about and try to learn about those things. It might happen that you have been given a caching module to work on and somebody might be working on the DO modules in Mongo. Try to find out what are the technology stack that being worked upon, what are the challenges the team is facing. Try to go ahead and learn. Don't wait for it to be assigned to you. So don't be reactive, be proactive. When you are hearing something new, go and try to find about it, right? Gather as much knowledge as possible. So it might happen that tomorrow you might give an input during the meeting which is helpful or which the other team members haven't explored yet, right? Creates a literally good impression for you. So try to do that. Even your manager will think that you are not restricting yourself to only whatever that is assigned to you, but you are going over and beyond to find out things that are being used by the team. Next point is participate. So do participate in all the team meetings and discussions that happening, right? So you will be working with experienced professional. It's good to do your homework. So do your homework so that you can participate when they are discussing about something that is not a part of your module. Learn about technologies the team is using, participate in the discussion, keep your points on the table whenever required. Be open to learn if you don't know about it, but don't be very shy and don't be in your shell. Try to mingle with the team, try to have an interaction, try to keep your points on the table. This creates a good bonding with your team members and you get to learn a lot of things, right? You build your own comfort zone by doing so. So go ahead and participate in all the team meetings. Don't remain silent. If you have some thoughts, speak them out. It's always good to do so. So the next point is plan and execute. So once you join as an intern, you will be given a task. Try to understand the task and try to understand what is the expectation of the team from you, right? So update and sync up regularly on the progress with your manager. Check with your manager. Try to have a frequent one-on-one to understand that you are going in the right direction or not. Try to have sync up with your seniors. Try to see that you are going the right direction or not. Once again, just don't come on the last day saying that you couldn't finish it or you have done something else, right? So have a regular loop with your seniors and managers just to understand that you are going the right direction, and plan to complete your assigned task well in advance. Make sure you are finishing it well in advance with everything covered. You create a good impression by doing so. So once you are done with the task that's been assigned to you, try to give your best shot to do it. Try to do more than what has been told to you. Try to enhance it in some ways. I'm not telling you to create a fully separate module, but you can still have some element of surprise, right? You can add some of the extra feature which was discussed by your manager and he said that it's good to have, but that's not what I'm looking for. That might be difficult. Try to integrate all those things into it. Don't just hand it over to the manager and end it. Make sure that you create a meeting and you present it to a wider group. When I say wider group, what I meant is present it to all the people who are related to the project. Go ahead, send them an invite. Try to invite your manager's manager if you can. Generally, it happens that your manager will cascade it to his manager as well to see what you have done. Because he is also keen to have you on the team, right? Since you have done a good job in this tenure. So try to present what you have done. Try to summarize that with a nice presentation. Keep a 30 to 60 minutes of presentation. Keep some time for Q&A sessions. So when people sees your presentation, they might have questions. So let them ask the question, answer them, hear out what they're looking for. Try to get aligned with them. Try to answer it at best you can. More questions you get, it's more good for you, right? So go ahead and show a real-time demo, not only just the presentation. If possible, show a working demo on the presentation. So break your presentation into 15 minutes of slides and 30 minutes of actual demo, what you have done, what with the snippets of code if required. So I'm not telling you to explain the code, but snippet of code or the kind of design that you have used, some architectural diagram, whatever you can fit into it. So talk about all of them, make a good impression. So this is where your internship is ending. And your next target is that you get another internship if you are not on the last semester. And if you're on the last semester, it should be followed by the offer letter from the company. Make sure to make a mark so that the team can't think of working without you. So definitely you have a chance of doing this. So go ahead and try to end this internship with a very good note, and definitely they are going to come back to you. So presentation is something that's very important. So with that, I think we have talked a lot about all these points over here. So once again, everything is summarized for you over here. And the diagram is also ready for you over here, how the connection works out. So do let me know what are your thoughts on the same, if you want me to clarify on any of the points. Though the sites I'm not very sure about because I haven't used it, but do let me know your thoughts and comment on all the sites that I have shared. The links will be in the description as well. So do share with your friends. Do let me know your thoughts on the video. I would be looking forward to your comments on the video. Do share, subscribe and like. And once again, thanks for watching the video. Bye bye and take care.